everyone, I'm happy to see you on my channel, and today we will talk with you, talk this book, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. David Goggins, right? So, yay! Okay, so first what I want to talk about this book, it's like about book by itself, right? Yeah, you see it's not so new how it was. Yeah, when we bought, like first it's like my husband was reading, now it's me who is reading, and yeah, like this. Well, it's okay. So why I start read this book? It's because my husband read and he said that it's like really inspirated story and that I need to talk about this book in YouTube. So let's talk about this book. First book of itself, you can see I already did some marks what we will talk with you about. And well, this man is catch your attention, right? If you, for example, will walk some in the bookstore and see this man, probably you will take it. Right, because like first what it's would be one of the successful selling books, it's like cover, I think, like because I'm usually buying books by cover first. Yes, I'm this sort of person who is buying by covers, and if it's like a handsome man, you already probably would buy it, right? Anyway, so what else I like in this book, that it's like pictures, right? It's biography. I really like Brett's biography, and probably we would read with you more biography because I'm enjoying of this, and I like that it's many pictures, not of people, but of the his some injuries and some this like miles, yeah, how many miles he was like running, what is like his plan, like some like analysis. So I like this too. And what else I was like here is like that after every chapter it's like little conclusion about challenges, like what you can bring to your life and use it, right? So it's really helpful. Even you can like maybe don't read the books, but like read these challenges, and it already would be like a little bit change your life. To who useful would be this book, or who would be interested to read this book? I think it's many of category of people would be like would find something for themselves. Like it's if you're doing sport, for example, this book for you. If you need motivation, this book for you. If you need some tips to change your life for the better, this book for you. If you struggling in your life, this book also can help you because a lot of this man shows that like it's a lot of situation what we thinking, oh my gosh, it's impossible, it's possible. If you just enjoy reading, of course this book for you, you would find out something interesting for yourself. If you just like thinking how to spend time, it's like also interesting book would be good for you. And if you like biography like me, because I mostly was read this because I was like biography. So, or if you like thinking about joining to the military, like you need to first read this book, because I actually was thought to join the military. It was like one of my goals in the life, but when I read this book, I start rethinking about this, right? Because I'm not sure that I'm capable to do it. So if you're thinking like, do you want to join the military or no, read this book. before when we start to discuss more about this book, because it would be a lot of spoilers, and if you don't want, so I would just like right now like say that this book is definitely worth to read, and I would say that I would put to this book like I would put to the after and man like like no, even like 7 from the 5 because he is like really great man, like, but to the book of by itself I would maybe like 4 point, I don't know, 9, maybe 4.8, 4.9 from the 5, just because it was a lot of jumping from the past to the present and like all this time, and it was like for me it was a little bit confusing to understand what's going on, right? Like is it present, is it past, or it's like yeah, I would say that maybe it would need a little bit more work for how it's writing, and and also that it's like pretty brutal book, and there was a lot of cursing words, and I understood that like it's like what is make this atmosphere of this book, right? It's like it's supposed to be there, but I think if it's to take away this like cursing all words, so it would be like minus 50 pages I would need to read. So yeah, so if you searching for some books, that's like a really good choice, and just enjoy, and after respect to my channel, and we would more talk, discuss, analysis this book. I want to start my review of the book from the beginning, of course. For me, it was one of the most interesting time about how describe his family and his childhood, because I think childhood is a lot influence for like, and he said is that to the future of his life. So, and what I wanted to say is that it was wild that time, and I'm happy that we are learning something from the past years, past generation, and start to be like more respectful, more polite, and understand some mistakes and try to fix it. That everybody in our world would feel much better and more comfortable to live, right? We are not animals, and we can communicate with each other and make that everybody would be comfortable, right? I mean, it was tough. It was tough time for him, but it's what it's helped him to be who he became, right? And I'm impressed actually about his mother, like really, because we know that like it's still a lot of domestic violence around, and it's hard to escape from this, and it's not like only because scary or like suffering is or something like this. It's more about that first woman by herself sometimes doesn't want to escape from that. Again, I could just example from my life. I know some women who had experience from domestic violence, and I have one friend who I know, and she was married 30 years, 40 years, actually I forgot, like something, 35 years with her husband. He was beat her almost every day, and she almost had always had bruises and sometimes broken bones, and I just was like, oh my gosh, how it's like to live like this. And she just like, for me it was okay, I even never thought to leave him, and just like what happened, and she just like, well, he's died.
Over that's all, folks.
That's like why like she started to live without him, because he just simply died. And but for her it was okay, like she was used already to this. And I understood that like many um, women, they became too used to this. Somebody tried to escape, and it's like different situation. But like what I wanted to say is that like of course it's like the most children who is suffering and who would need like I don't know, some psychology help. And I'm really proud of this woman, of his mother, because she is years was like afraid. She was thinking about suicide. She was like, I mean, like it was hard. She didn't like resting so much and everything. Like she was under her husband all the time. She didn't have like money or something else. Like so, it's like everything was hard. And it's like, yes, it's like help her this like neighbors who was like came there like and she was taught her how to escape from her husband. But again, it couldn't be like anything became reality if this woman didn't, if this woman wouldn't be so strong enough to escape from to want it, to wish to escape from this tyranny of her husband. And the most important, that she understood that she is responsibility of her children, and she didn't do some any excuses. She see that it's option and she took it. I think it's like what is like it's a great example was to her son. And because like she was in the really bad condition, and she understood that like she need to become stronger just like for her because she has responsibility of children. And I think it's like what showed to her son that never give up. Like of course I'm not psychologist, I'm not I just read a book, but it's just like my thoughts, what I think what happened, that like he had this great example of the strong woman who just like one day take destiny to her hands and just like do what she think is right. Like, and it was scary, it was like oh my gosh, what I'm doing, but she do it. So we are happy for her. I think maybe just like in some way he just like understood that he is not allowed to give up, because his mother is didn't do it right. She is in the most crisis time of her life. She didn't give up, so she didn't have this privilege to give up. She really strong woman, because many men who is beaten or some abuse their wives, they thinking that that's like how they became stronger, to abuse somebody who is weaker. Instead, that like this woman, she took two sons who need feed, who need like start like do everything for school, for clothes, like give clothes and everything, and she didn't have any money, and she is just like take them and try everything to do that they would have the best life. Like, and it's like wow, like really wow. I'm impressed of this woman, and I think she is example how it's have to be. I think after had all types of abuses what is possible. It's like racism, it's domestic violence, it's all the time like this toxic atmosphere everywhere. It's like he's seen a deaths, right? It's like even for adult men, I think it's hard to see there's people for somebody like personally for me. And it's like adult person. How it's like when you're child, and you see that like somebody died next to you, right? I mean, I think it's like from this one situation you already can go directly to psychology and work with psychology, but like he had like a lot, and afterwards like teachers just like, well, you bad reading, you know.
I'm sorry.
And of course he's bad reading. Like after actually I talk about toxic stress, I didn't know about this determination, right? But I had some friends who had like a lot of stress when they were children. It's like also like violence, abuse, and like this. And yeah, there were not so fast study how like we all kind of. But like teachers was understandable of the situation, and they wasn't so do pressure. Yeah, half after say that like it was a lot of his type of skin. Also, yeah, I mean, like, okay, it was that time, so probably it was like different. I'm like personally from Ukraine, so I'm not sure like how it was on that time in America, and I can see only how it's now, right? But for me, it's like children. It doesn't matter what type of the skin. It's still child. It's still like doesn't have this like strong mentality, right? And it's like extremely vulnerable. It's extremely vulnerable creature. If I can say it like this, it's extremely vulnerable creature. What you need to do your best to protect, teach how to correct behavior, how to live in this life, right? Like you need like manage with situation with him and other children. I mean, I guess a lot of work what we are others supposed to do, like even if it's not like our child, but if we are responsible of some children, like it was teachers in the school. And he was in some way like child, because how I understood it was like many children who had kind of similar situation how he is, just like of course in some way different, but like a lot of stress, abuses, and all this stuff, like. And how I said, I think it was part of his mother, because she showed him this example, that like don't give up, like if you have goal, just let go, and if you're responsible, just do it. And what I think is also helped him is I put Mark, right? But I hadn't let go of all hope. I had one more dream left. I wanted to join the Air Force. And I think it's like what is major was like influence and give him a lot of power. Because if we have some goal where we really see and we know that we can get it, I think it's like great motivation. So if you don't have still goal, try to put some huge goal, and many small steps how you can get it. And yeah, I will give you now advices. Not this book, but I will give you this advices. Yeah, but if analysis what he's doing, he's like has a goal, and if you see your future, nothing can stop you or break you in the present, right? Because you see that you would be like somebody bigger. It's like actually what happened with me when I was in the school. I had also like bullying. And it's like it was crazy in my school. It was even 3 girls suicide to have. But well, okay. But what it was that I always knew that I would have good future. I always knew that I'm strong enough and I'm responsible of my life, and I know that like present so far it's like so not so good, like, but I will be okay. I will be okay because my future would be pretty good and bright. If you see goal, if you see like your future, so nothing would block you right now. What I like after of this book that he is always analyzed the situation where he is now on the present, and he's not overthinking. He's more see, and he is like doing. He see what he wants, he see where he wants to be, and he just do it. How much is environment influence to us, right? But what else I notice about him, that he usually doesn't think about other people. I mean, like, he doesn't see what other people doing, like what is their results, what is their achievement. He always concentrate on himself and his life, and that's like what is really cool, because especially now when it's like social media, and we have like so much information, we compare ourselves with somebody else, and we just like, oh, if this person can do it, so I can do it too, right? Like, but I think it's like mistake, because you first need to think about yourself, what you able to do, right? What you're able to do and what you want to do, and that's like what is like would be your goal for future. You can find like really good for you, what you really wish to get, and just concentrate only about your achievement. And like, I agree with this author that we are in general lazy, has lazy brains, lazy people. We are just like more thinking what to do, like that. I don't know, like less working, that less do something, like maybe like. We don't think so much about our health and everything, like we don't work for that, like prepare a good meal, right? It's like much easier going and take frozen meal and put to microwave and eat, right? Like, what's the difference? So yeah, and it's like all now world around us like concentrate for maximum that we would be like more lazy, and that's like what is stop us from like great achievement in our life. So just like I remember that like when I was child, we have like this TV, right, where it wasn't like remote control, when you need like press a button, and I was the youngest in my family, so yeah, how you understand, it was like I was remote control in my family.
冒険アニメスパイウォーズ
これ好き
So, and now somebody like probably was lay down next to the TV and just like, oh no, I need to like press the button, like how I need to do, and he's like create this remote control, and it's like one step how we became more lazy, right? It's like just like simple example, but how many is this like steps when we became more and more lazy. And what I like here also is like, tell yourself that you need to get your ass to work because you are failing behind in life, and that's like really good sentence. I mark because sometimes like I like how this author just like look from the side to where he now, and he understands that he is like going like more and more down, and it's like what it was in my life. Maybe I need to actually write a book too, right? But it was like what in my life that you know that it's like in Ukraine, it starts the war. I came to USA before the war, but it was like a lot of influence for me, this news, everything, and I start to have like depression. I didn't like anything, I didn't want to do, I became extremely lazy, annoying of everything, doesn't like anything, and I was start eat a lot of bad sweet food, of course, like because it's like helps you, right? It's not helps you like for a long time, but for now it's like would be nice. It was a lot of chips and like and different like cakes and donuts and everything like, especially like in USA it's like so easy to start to get this like bad food, because it's like marketing everywhere. It's like no matter where you go into the grocery, eventually you will see this like chips and other like this sweet stuff, uh, and and a lot of frozen food, right? And it's like it's tasty, it's good, it's like what is make your brain like has this like dopamine, like easy dopamine like hormone, make you happy, and suddenly I understood that I'm gaining weight. I'm not gaining weight half this man. I'm gaining weight maybe it's like 10 pounds was like yeah, I think it was like 10, 15 pounds, 15 pounds, I think it was already. It was like 3 years ago. I mean, okay, it's not so much, but it was for me a lot. Like, and I see like that, like my family is like going down with me, because we are usually influenced to people who is around you, and we all start to go down and just like, okay, stop. We could just like stop, think a little bit. Like you are going down not alone, but you take with you your family, like people who you also responsible of. And I decided that like that's it, stop. And I just like decided to do like sport every day. Like okay, before I didn't know what is a sport. I'm not this person who is doing sport. I can just like go maybe sometimes for walk like 30 minutes and that's it. But on that time I just like understood that I need to do sport at least 40 minutes, but every day, like 40, like, and it was like schedule that like I have a child and she has a nap, and instead to lay down how I usually do, like sleeping, reading, watching something, like, or just like look social media. No matter how I'm tired, how I didn't sleep like night or whatever, like sick, not sick. Okay, when I was sick, I didn't do anything. But like, okay, no matter when I was tired, I just like get to the gym. And it wasn't like, I didn't have goal to like lose the weight. I didn't have goal like to look so better or something. No, my goal was just like every day do exercise no matter what. That's it. Like that was my goal. And I started like do like every day, like, and it was extremely hard. In my body was my muscles. I didn't have muscles. I didn't have muscles. So but eventually I start to enjoy. Like after some months, I start to enjoy. I even wanted to go to the gym and like to do something, like do some sport, right? And of course, eventually, like, I start less and less to do exercise. But no matter what, I still return every time to exercise first, because I didn't want to feel this weakness how it was before. I don't say about like, no, of course it's like about like physical, but like mental weakness, because sport make you stronger, not only physical but mentally also. But also it's like health, right? I understood that if I want to be healthy, for me, for my family, for my friends, I need to do sport. So I did my choice that no matter what, I have to do sport because of my health. And health for me is extremely important. That's actually why I little bit okay, we will talk about it later. Yeah, so like for me it's like health important, and I find what is like for me really important, and I'm just like this like what is like all the time motivate me to do this. I know that now it's like more and more start to talk about vaccine who is make you skinny. It's not as in peak, it's like different vaccines that like I think it's before sleep you need like to do shot, and afterwards you sleep and your brain thinking that you do exercise and you even build in muscles and everything, and it's supposed to be somewhere on the future like. And I don't know how it will work everything, but sport I think is like what is like one what is important give to you, it's discipline. Discipline it's like I would say it's structure of your life. It's like already like you do sport and afterwards you already more clear see how it's better like make stuff in your life that it would be like comfortable for you and convenient and take it like save a lot of time, right? And sport is also dopamine, right, hormone like of happiness, and it's make you stronger, and when you are stronger you understand that you are capable to do much more than before. And when you every time take your lazy body to the sport, it's like no matter like you know what else actually, it's that like everybody can find the sport what they enjoy, because I see mostly like suffering when they go into the gym or they're running. I personally I hate running. When I was reading this book, I suffering when he was so much running, because I'm running like 5 minutes and it's already would be black circles, and maybe I even already fall down because I'm totally not running person, but I'm pretty good with Pilates, for example, or with I can walk a lot. Or I can like do like this like powerless exercise, right? Like I can do them too, like but running it's not for me, and I maybe in the future I will start to do, but not now. Like so if you find sport what you enjoy a lot, like put your comments, and it would be interesting how many sportsmen I have in my channel. And actually I also like is like table tennis, and I'm looking for partner now for table tennis, so who knows, maybe I would be like successful and lucky and find a good and we would play. Let's actually return to our book. Because I start to talk about myself. So but when you have no confidence, it becomes easy to value other people's opinion, right? It's actually true, because if you not concentrate on your goal and not confident of what you're doing, you start like to take other opinions. That's why nobody from my relatives knows that I do YouTube channel. That wouldn't be influence to me so much. And I was valuing everyone opinion without considering the minds that generated them. That sounds silly, but it's an easy trap to fall into, especially when you are insecure on top of being the only. As soon as I made that connection, being upset with them was not worth my time. And that's actually true, because when we compare, when we're thinking about other opinion, what they can do, it's like also took our time, and start to doubt of ourselves, and we just like start thinking that we can do anything. Like so better do go, don't tell anybody, and like just like you see goal and you go into the goal no matter what, like with little steps, but you would be soon there. And when you reach your goal you would be understand is it worth it or no, and maybe like you need another goal, or maybe like change, but at least you did it, and yeah, and you are happy now. You know, is it worth it was or it wasn't worth it. After also talk about one challenge. It was accountable mirror. And if you read this book and try it, like left comment, and we will see what you think about this, what I personally think. One of my most what is like stopping me all the time is like my laziness. I'm this person who is like always thinking how to do like the easy stuff. And actually on my works where I was working, I was always the fastest one who did like all the stuff, because I usually was thinking how to do as less as possible. So yeah, and this like mirror, what is Arthur say, you need like honesty, brutal stuff like put there, like, and I would say that for me it doesn't work, because first I need like stand up, right? From my bed, at first I need to stand up, that like go to the mirror, and already fail. I would say that I already fail, but like second, if I would be like say like, oh my gosh, you're lazy and blah blah blah, you are like, have to brutal say you're lazy bitch. Yeah. So get up and do your stuff. I think doesn't work for me. I think I would just like cry and just like fuck you and wouldn't go to the room at all, you know, like. So if it's worked to you, just like left comment and we will see how many people it will work. It's actually pretty interesting that like we can do like maybe mini statistic, like we challenge who is start to use. Actually that's like what is one tip. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know, that like all the time when you're reading motivation book, like everything what is there, like of the most what you think you need and what is influence to your life, better to use right now, right? Like when you read and you start to do in your life it right now, then it will influence and help you in your life. If you just like read about this, so you would forgot, or it just like it will be in your book, and that's it. Also, what is David talk? It's a rule 40%. When you think that's like limit to you, it's you reach only 40%, and I'm agree with him. Okay, I'm not agree like of his way how much brutal he is, and I agree that like every person capable do much more than he is doing. Yeah, when you do I know that like it was, I think it even was some research, right, that like our brain, like how I said before, it's like extremely lazy, and he's trying to find the most easy ways. And when you do exercise and you see that's like 15 minutes and that's it, it's like first you need to understand that your brain says that like, okay, it's enough for me. And that's it's what is actually cool about military in America, because I know one girl and she's in the military too, and she said too that first what is like military in America is working is with your minds, because that show you that you're capable much more than you are. Like one example, I don't remember like who tell me, I don't know is it like true story or no, but it's like was research and true, and it's like many examples in the world. Yeah, that one man, he's like back to his house and he finds this like his husband, and he's back and he see his wife with another man, and this like man, he was so afraid that he was like from the fifth floor like jump and run. and he had like some broken leg and he ran right, and it was like mostly about adrenaline because he has so much adrenaline, and with adrenaline we have like to do a lot of stuff what we even didn't like think about this, and can like also like hear some situation, like some stories, like how it's like people did like crazy stuff because of adrenaline, right? And we are capable of the like some miracle stuff, like, and
Lord, it's a miracle!
in the military they have a lot of do a lot of adrenaline for the people that they can do maximum, like maximum than they think they ever could do. So, and it's like how he is like said before that like many of military people they have problem with thyroid because a lot of adrenaline in the army they do that like shows, and mm, I don't know like how it's true, how it's not true. I mean, like of course everybody like choose their own way, own like path of the life, but I think like we all capable with adrenaline do a lot of stuff what we even didn't think about this, but like in the real life I would say like then when you calm, yeah, that you are able to do like in I mean like that you wouldn't be harm yourself. That's what I mean, like because I'm a lot of about health, and David he did a lot of crazy stuff. I'm a little bit judge him because we because what he's thinking like, oh, what I would die, like, or like he's thinking that worst what can happen with him that he is would die, you know, like, but I think the worst what could happen with him like that he could be just like disability, and his mother or wife would care about him, you know, like because like I know that like many people they don't thinking about their health and they're just like, oh, what, like I would die and that's it, right? But the most what we need to think is that like we could be like happen that we have disabilities, and it would be responsibility of our relatives to stop live their life but care about yourself, and it's extremely selfish. It's extremely selfish to don't think and yeah about your healthy and about all this. So yes, return to this like 40%. I agree that like we can more to do that. For example, if you do 15 minutes exercise like and you think, oh no, that's it, I can't do anymore, do 5 more minutes. And every time you would be like add more time or like more stronger exercise, and you became more and more stronger because our body need challenges, like not like crazy how in this book, like because he was lucky. Like I think we all need to agree that he was extremely lucky with his health, but nobody of us has this like so much lucky and helpful alive. And even on the end after they choose that he has this hole in his heart, and he was just extremely lucky because who knows what it can be, he could be die, he could be disability. So of course if you are a sportsman or like going to the military, I think this advice is not work for you, because you see this career, your future career, and of course this both is like professional sport, and military it's anyway would give you some insurance problem with health, because like mostly professional sportsmen they like on the end of their career start became something wrong with their body, and somebody like more lucky, somebody less lucky, somebody more has injuries, somebody less injuries. So what else I found interesting that I realized that each episode of child abuse that could have killed me made me tough as hell and as sharp as a samurai blade. It's what I said on the beginning, that like of course his childhood is influence for him and became him more tough for this stress situation, right? And what else? So I think that yeah, he was like talk about his father, uh, that he shouldn't escape of this memory but accept them, and I agree with him. Like it's actually like extremely smart man. Because like would be probably better go to psychology and deal with this whole problem, but he is like do like so many really good respectful decision in his life, and he's like figure out everything. It's like extremely smart, strong man on this book. Yeah, but what I personally thinking, what else was influence for his like to be like, because he many times of this book was ask himself why he is there, why he is doing this, for what he needed. And I think it's because of his father, because he was it's like how in this sex, dominant and submissive. So he was submissive, and he was this person who is weak, and who was leading by another person and punishment by another person, and he didn't have choice. He couldn't do any decision. He was just like a slave, like to his father, right? Like, and that's like what I think he always tried to be stronger than he is. So like do this like crazy like marathons and Navy SEALs, like all this stuff, like because like never give up and be like stronger and stronger and stronger. That because if he wouldn't be stronger, so probably it's like weakness, and weakness is like what is painful, like because his father, he was child, he was weak, his father was strong, and he is like a lot of beat and do a lot of different violence to him. So in his mind, I think it's like that he need to be strong. He need to be strong, that nobody can like punishment him or like tell him what he need to do. So I think it's just like part, like of course it's like maybe it's mistake, like, but it's like what I think it could happen. And again, we return to this. I never ever knew were possible, like running on broken legs, right? It's like if a chicken would cut the head, she can run 9 days, I guess. Yeah, like so because of adrenaline. And I mean also when he was in the army and he was like running with broken legs, right? It's what also I think it's like great motivation in your life. It's responsibility of somebody. It can be child, it can be your like parents, right? But if you have responsibility of somebody else, so your life and your health and everything is like going below of this. So if you didn't have motivation, born a child, and you would have really excellent motivation. I think actually government should like pay that I raise population, like raise demography of the country. Like, but it is true, like the most like population is like responsible of somebody life, like how it was like when his wife is became pregnant, right? And he understood that he needs like running even with a broken legs because of them, like no matter what he need to run because he has responsible, and it's like no step back, like it's like no back, it's locked on the back, and it's only horse there, only on the front, so he is like need to only run. Yeah, so what we can say after when we're reading this book, that if you want to go to the military, you have to be very strong person, not only physical but mostly mental, because there's a lot of bullying, and this like was interesting information that they try to find your weakest place and weakest spots, right? Your weakest spots and pressure for them, like, and you need to be not only strong but like strong mentally, because I know that like many people they afterwards has even I have one friend and he even has some like disease because of the stress. I mean, like we all has like this disease after stress. And of course it's like if you have marathon, like if you running marathons, it's like some actually like maybe I have somebody who is like was even participate of some of these marathons, like I mean they exist still or not, like they suppose I think exist right. I didn't check this information, but I was yesterday had some friends and they did marathon, and I was asked one of them like why I decided, like he's like running, and I just like why I decided to run this time, and he said because he bought new shoes. So it's actually like interesting too, because sometimes if you have like, I think maybe it's like mostly for girls, but like who knows, maybe for men too. If you have like some cool clothes, right? Cool some stuff like what you buy, what you enjoy, and what you want to wear. They're like beautiful, comfortable, and you just like want to perform on them. That's another actually some little motivation to do something, like how is my friend, he is like buy new shoes and he wanted to try them. So it was like his motivation, but also it was his hobby. So yeah, and I want a little bit saying about last part of the book about stretching. I think it's like really important to especially to the men, because usually men they don't go like to the stretching. So if you are a man and you look at me and you do like this like physical exercise, so please attend like some pilates, yoga, or other kind of stretching, because it's like what is like help your body performance much better than it is now. And I see like sometimes on yoga or pilates this men, it's like usually it's women, like usually it's women going, and sometimes maybe one man is show up and he couldn't even do the like the most easy moves because no enough practice, because usually men concentrate only for some like power, yeah, power, like muscles built like power, but and after yeah, do like muscles, and after so like walk like this. So don't do like this. I mean, like if you bodybuilder, so probably you have to do, if it's your job to then do it. But if you just like do muscles for yourself, like better like thinking about also health and going to the stretching, and it would be like help you um, to feel better, to feel better. And conclusion, right? So I actually already did before conclusion, but one more time. So we will discuss this book and say in comments what you're thinking about this book. I'm really interested especially about this book. It's like biography, and this book not to everybody but for mostly of people. Sometimes it's hard to read, but it's worth to read and to analyze, to think about this book. Probably you will find something interesting for yourself. So yeah, it's definitely worth to read this. Wait. It's always something happen on my video with these books. Yeah, it's actually pretty good when you do marks, not like yeah, do like just read book, do marks, and make your life better and better, and use this challenge from this book because I will use too some of them. So yeah, okay, if you like this video, if you love my channel, please show your support. Is like put like, subscribe, and follow and subscribe. It's the same, and write comments.